guys, this is Russ with Joe's Gaming and Electronics here with another highly requested video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to replace the main board on an SM-R830 watch. So let's begin. I like to heat up the back side and where the screws are at on the aluminum housing. Just heat it up so it loosens up the Loctite and the silicone on the back housing. So now we're going to take a 3-point screwdriver. It's going to be 2.0 by 25 millimeter screwdriver, which is linked in our website. Unscrew the 4 screws. So what I like to do first is I like to go with the flathead at first, just to puncture it through. Once I got the housing up, I like to go ahead and with a plastic pry tool so it doesn't damage the housing whenever I go on each end. Then I want to pry it up like that. And now just take apart the HR ribbon. Don't pull up the housing because you are going to break the HR ribbon. So next, if there's screws that fall out, just put them back inside and set the parts aside. Next, to get to the main board, you're going to have to take apart 5 more connections. So this is the screen connection. It's going to be the speaker connection. It's going to be the depth sensor connection. It's going to be the button connection. This is going to be the mic connection. So now we're going to go back to the flathead. It's a lot stronger than the plastic tooling. And then right to the left of the screen ribbon, we're going to go ahead and use the housing as the force. Remember not to use the housing to not lean it all the way down, because you will damage the housing. Just got to do it very carefully. And like now it's out, the screen is out. So we're going to set the screen aside. Now we're going to take our Phillips screwdriver. It's going to be the smallest size that we have on our website. And we're going to unscrew the screw. There's only one screw. And now we're not going to start prying up the board, because there is a ribbon that is a button. So we're going to have to take apart the button first. There is some adhesive underneath. Just be careful just to go all the way down and pry up. Next, I like to go onto the other side of the button, and I like to go towards the housing and then just slide right up, and then that releases the board. You got the battery here. And go ahead and get your replacement board. Alright, once you got the replacement board, you look it over, make sure nothing is damaged before assembling it, because then you'll have to disassemble it. So make sure that it's working properly, or that it looks properly, because we'll check if it works afterwards. And then next, clip in where the ribbon for the button's supposed to go. Next, take your Phillips screwdriver, put the screw back in, screw it. And then now this part's a little bit more tricky in a way. You gotta make sure all the ribbons are in the correct spot. And next, the bigger side of the ribbon goes towards the LCD, the screen. You gotta put that side up first. You gotta make sure all of them are out. So make sure 5 ribbons are sticking out. Don't make sure none of the ribbons are underneath, because you can end up damaging them. So next you do is just clip it inside, because we know all the 5 ribbons are out. And it should be really comfortable to put these guys back in. If it's still too far up, you're gonna have to clip the board even more. But there's supposed to be a place where you can't clip the board anymore. So these ribbons are going in comfortably, like you see. They're not stretched out, or they're not too loose. So that's good. Before putting on the back housing, I like to turn on the device, make sure it works, which is really nice. Sometimes whenever you buy from different from different people. You can have a locked board, so always make sure that you buy an unlocked board so you can actually use it. In this case, awesome. It's an unlocked board, so we're gonna go ahead and power it back off. Awesome, so now let's go ahead and put the back housing back on. So I like to hold the ribbon with my finger. There's a spot on the board for the ribbon to plug in. Make sure it is plugged in. Clip it back on. This back housing does have a good seal. It has a really nice seal, as you can tell. So I do not need to put adhesive, but if you did break the seal or the watch is way too old, you would have to add adhesive onto it. But in this case, it looks really good and it will still be water resistant. So I'm gonna clip it back on. Take the 3-point screwdriver, screw the screws back in. These are nice. If the seal's still there and if the seal doesn't feel sticky, it's really nice that you can just screw it back in and everything's going to be working properly, because there is a groove that it goes into and it squeezes it down, which is really nice. And that is how you replace the main board on an SM-R830 watch. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.